Hello, trading is closed on March 24th, 2020. Let's go over our calls. These are kind of wild times. You don't need me to tell you that. Sunday night, 2 days ago, futures were locked, limit down at 2174. And I guess today they hit 2470, nearly 300 handles. That's, frankly, I think from current levels, that would be a good year. Anyway, we call for the pattern with the early high. This is it. Typically rallies with a high in the final hour. That's what we got. It's too bad we stopped here because these are the highs of the consolidation prior to this drop. And until we clear them, this didn't accomplish anything. That doesn't mean we won't clear them tomorrow. It means it still has work to do. Tomorrow's pattern has the early low. Doesn't mean you won't gap up first. This was our target from yesterday's pattern. Made short work of that. This was the target from Friday, and we get to cross it off the list. Resistance at the target. Early on, MEJT said ultimately higher price it would print. Gave us an optional lower target to undercut the dashed line. When we started dropping, we undercut the line, support under the target, and we rallied again. We got an ultimate buy signal. That worked, but when it printed, MEJT said it was false, would retrace, said this drop was false, would retrace. That's all played out. Now this drop yesterday broke support, and as a result, I said much lower prices were coming. I still think they're coming, but it's not as a result of yesterday's break. And the reason is to validate a break, you have to go through the close by 1 cent, and that never happened. And when you gap over the highs, this whole thing is invalidated. It's the market's way of saying it made a mistake. Same thing goes for this. You started off with the low in the first bar, hit the high in the last bar. It's a positive pattern. Should lead to higher prices. All you have to do is go over today's close by 1 cent. But if you gap down, this doesn't count. This says expect the higher target. I still think we'll have lower prices coming, but it won't be because of yesterday's break, which was invalidated. Tomorrow has the early low. Well, this is a channel we've been in. This is a 65-minute chart. And since you gapped over the high of the channel, it's a valid break. We traded about 200, how much is this? 250 points under the high of the channel. So we should trade about 250 points over it. Channel's dropping, but there should be more to go. That's a target. It isn't a stop and reverse. But again, if you don't trade over today's close by 1 cent, the whole thing falls apart. Wednesday's pattern has the early low. Today's breakout invalidated yesterday's gap down. Just trade past today's close. Should see prices trade higher. It doesn't have to be tomorrow, but it should be higher than this before the rebound ends. Be very cautious here. The NASDAQ McClellan oscillator is far over its upper Bollinger Band. If you reverse under it, that marks a top. So this has the potential to extend significantly higher. But if we gap down without clearing these things, the whole thing is a false move. You really have to get follow through, or this thing could be reversed faster than you might think possible. That's today's call.